Hello there and welcome to this impromptu video all about the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. I don't know about you, but every time this sale comes around, I feel like Ulta gets closer and closer to the sale before they reveal it's happening. And I have a sneaking suspicion that has to do with their competition, Sephora. I'll talk more about that in a moment. But I was going through my catalog and then also on the Ulta website trying to decide if I should do a video about this or not. And all of a sudden I started seeing one after another of my absolutely top favorite products in several categories that are going to be 50% off. And so I thought, I can't not do this video. So my top priority obviously is to share my top recommendations to make sure that you're aware of. So if you want to shop this sale, you can get your hands on these items at an amazing price. But also what I like to do with these videos is I like to share with you a couple of extra shopping tips, ways that you can make sure you're not having to pay for shipping, some ways to make sure that you get these products because they do sell out quickly. I'll talk about that. But if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Now let's get started. So just briefly, if you're not familiar, the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale is 21 days of specific products that they put on sale at 50% off for one day only. It's limited to stock on hand, so that includes online and in-store. Some of these beauty steals are only available online, so you need to make sure you double check that before you go into the store expecting to see it. Now, if you are a Platinum or Diamond Rewards member with Ulta, the good news for you is you do not have to pay for shipping if you buy any of these beauty steals. That is something that people don't always understand. So I want to make that clear. If you're a Platinum or Diamond member and you decide you want to buy one eyeliner at $10 or whatever it ends up being, you are not going to have to pay for shipping for that one item. However, if you're not a Platinum or Diamond member, this is where it gets a little tricky. So many times I will have people say, well, that's a great deal, but I don't want to pay $6 of shipping for that one item. So here are a couple of options for you. Number one, if that item is available in the store and you have an Ulta store nearby, then go to that store first thing in the morning and pick up that item. If you don't have an Ulta store nearby, this second option is to check with your Target. As some of you may know, Ulta has moved into some of Target stores. Now, Ulta is not in my local Target store because the Ulta store is about 2 blocks away. However, if you have a Target that has Ulta inside its cosmetic and beauty department, many of these steals are available at the Target or online through the Target website. The third option is to check with their competitor, Sephora. I always crack up because Sephora waits until Ulta does these sales to put these items at 50% off. They don't initiate that 50% off themselves, but they wait to see what Ulta is going to do. And then on those days, for products that Sephora also carries, they will usually put those products at 50% off for that day on their website as well. So how that saves you with shipping is if you're a VIB with Sephora, you have the option to choose a code for free shipping. So hopefully those options will help you get your beauty steals without having to pay a lot of shipping. And the final thing that you can do to avoid paying that shipping fee is just to simply go through your beauty cupboards and make sure you have your hair products that you need, your body lotion. And if there are some of those products that you need a refill on, wait for the day that you have that product and that beauty steal that you want to purchase and add those other items to your cart so you can avoid shipping. Now, the final tip that I have for you to ensure that you get your hands on these beauty steals, because they are limited to the stock on hand, is you want to be the first one to purchase these steals when they go on sale. Now, as I mentioned, if you're going to shop the sale in store, you're going to want to be there when they open the doors. If you're shopping online, one little secret tip that has worked every time for me is Ulta puts the next day's items on sale at 12:01 Central Time. I'm Pacific Time. I'm a night owl, but guess what? I only have to stay up till 10:01 my time, and usually the next day's deals have already gone on sale for me. So that's just a tip. If you're a night owl, stay up and do your shopping before you go to bed. All right, let's get started now with my top recommendations. All right, so since I'm filming this after the sale has already started, I'm not gonna go backwards to yesterday or what's on sale today, but I'm gonna go ahead and go forward. So the next day that you wanna look at is Wednesday, August 31st. The two items that Smashbox kept once Becca went out of business, Smashbox kind of absorbed them, but they did bring back two of the most popular items that Becca used to produce. One is the under eye brightener, and they added two more shades. So there are now, I think, 4 shades of this. I have the medium shade. I honestly don't feel like the tone of this does great things for correcting my under eye circles. However, I know a lot of people love the light shade. I might be checking into that. This is a super hydrating under eye brightener. So a little bit goes a long way. This is going to be $16.50. The other item, and I was so happy to see that Smashbox has now included all 5 shades of the pressed highlighter from Becca, and they now have all 5 of the shades. Initially, they had only brought back the Champagne Pop shade. This is just a little mini of the Champagne Pop shade, and this is the only shade that I have left in my collection. I decluttered the Opal and Moonlight shades along the way, but I am planning to pick up one in each of those shades. Opal is my favorite shade to wear when I have a little more color on my skin like I do now. Moonlight is a great highlighter if you have fair to light skin. And these do have a shimmer to them, but not chunky glitter. These are beautiful on the skin, very buildable, highly recommend, especially at the $20 price tag. The next item you're going to want to check out is Thursday, September 1st, and it is the Clinique Even Better Concealer. This is kind of in the top 1-2 spot for me for all-time best concealer. Not only does this have great ingredients, but it provides great coverage. It's hydrating on the under eye, but it's not too hydrating. The coverage stays through the day. This is a great concealer. And I do have 6 shades here. A couple of these I've gotten free gifts with purchase, that kind of thing. Now, the one thing that I feel like with this concealer is a little tricky is finding your correct shade. I feel like Clinique in general with their foundations and concealers, their numbering system doesn't always indicate, oh, that's the next shade lighter. Oh, that's the next shade darker. So if you can go into a store and swatch these, that might be the best bet. But I will share with you kind of my top most used colors, and hopefully that will help you. So WN04, so WN is supposed to be warm, and then they have CN, which is cool. So WN04, and I have WN38. These are the two that I go back and forth with the most, kind of when I have a little bit of color on my skin. Now today I used the CN20 shade, and this says it's fair, but I've got some Sunless Tanner on and I don't feel like it looks super fair. So overall, I do find these to run a little darker than you think they're going to be. So if you're between 2 shades, I would say go with the shade that's slightly lighter, and that might be a better pick for you. But overall, fantastic concealer, highly recommend, especially at $14.50. Now Friday, there is going to be a surprise steal. And what Ulta will do on these days is they'll tell you the brand, but they won't tell you the product until that day. So Friday, there's a surprise steal for BUXOM. Now, if you're familiar at all, BUXOM is the maker of one of my top favorite glosses. They also make fantastic blushes. So if either of these items happen to be on Beauty Steal on Friday, September 2nd, you need to get your hands on them. Likewise, on Saturday, there's going to be a Beauty Steal, a surprise steal for KVD. KVD is the maker of my absolute top favorite liquid liner. This is the Tattoo liquid liner. Mad Max Brown is my favorite color. They also make this Mod Con liquid bronzer, which is, I actually used it as contour today. It's a fantastic product. So if either of these happen to be on a deal on Saturday, September 3rd, definitely highly recommend you pick these up. Moving on to Sunday. Sunday, one of the beauty steals is the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Foundation. This is SPF 45. As you can tell, I have 3 shades. I find a little bit of trouble getting my perfect match in this foundation, but that aside, I think this is a fantastic formula. I have more combination skin, but I can still use this foundation. I just use less moisturizer underneath. If you're a drier skin person, I think you're gonna love this. This has fantastic medium to full coverage. That extra SPF is wonderful. It does have a cucumber scent to it, but I don't find it off-putting, and it does dissipate quickly. So this is definitely something I would recommend checking out, especially at $25. This is a great deal. The other item on that day that I personally am going to check out is the Bobbi Brown Gel Eyeliner. What I'm particularly interested in is the Espresso shade. It's a deep dark brown without shimmer, and I find that a difficult color to find in a good gel liner, and I know the Bobbi Brown Gel Liner is one of the top recommended among makeup artists, and at $16, I think it's a great deal. Monday, September 5th brings us to the Stila Smudge Stick Eyeliners. These are going to be on sale for $11. And this shade in particular, I think is the winner. This is the shade called Spice, and it might just look like a normal brown liner, but if you can tell, it has just a hint of a burgundy undertone to it. It's not easily recognizable. You're not going to put this on and think you're wearing red liner. In fact, this is the liner I have on the upper lash line. And I just feel like that little bit of burgundy brings out more of the green in my eyes, and it helps it not be too harsh. It just adds that little extra little twist other than boring brown. So great liner, great formula, super creamy, but it does set and stay all day. All right, Wednesday, another one of my #1 favorite products that I use all the time year round, and I've used this for years, is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Liquid Foundation. Now, I do also have a lighter shade. I have a super fair shade for my wintertime skin, but this is, in my opinion, one of the best, longest wearing, best coverage, but feels super lightweight on the skin. This worked for me in Georgia humidity. This also works for me in the winter time when it's a little drier. If you have super dry skin, you may not like this, but if you have normal combination oily skin, I think this is a fabulous formula. The thinness of it allows you to sheer it out if you want less coverage, but you can build this up to full coverage. It's what I am wearing today, and it is what I choose to wear most times when I'm going to be filming, because it is, in my book, the no-fail foundation. Now, this is going to be on Beauty Steal for $18.50. I have to tell you, that is cheaper now than a L'Oreal foundation that I just bought last week at Ulta at their retail price. So a fantastic deal, and you don't need much of this product at all. You can easily mix and match shades. Today, for reference, I'm wearing mostly Sandstone 16 with just a touch of Golden Nude 13. And I have kind of just a little bit of Sunless Tanner on. I'm not the darkest that I normally am. But this comes in a wide range of colors, wide range of undertones. I feel like there is something for everybody out there. Definitely want to check that out on Wednesday, September 7th. Thursday brings us to my first kind of skincare related product that I'm going to recommend, and that is the Patchology eye patches. I have both the nighttime ones and the daytime ones. These are fantastic. And one of the great things, if you're somebody who's always in a hurry like I am, and you don't want to spend 20 minutes with eye patches on your eyes, these work in 5 minutes. You can leave them on longer. I will sometimes do that with the nighttime ones. If I'm just gonna go watch TV, I'll put them on my eyes and sit there for 20 minutes. But these work very quickly. They do a great job at helping to diminish puffiness. So highly recommend, especially at the 50% off price tag. So these are gonna be $17.50 to $30. So they come in 15 pairs or 30 pairs. and these will last you a long time. Now, the other item that is also available on that Thursday, September 8th, is a new tubing mascara from Tarte Cosmetics. I had picked this up a couple weeks ago, and when I saw this was going to be on a beauty steal, I quick pulled it out of the box and have been testing it out for the last 5 days because I wanted to know if I should recommend it or not, and I do. As many of you may know, I have a lot of issues with smudging of mascara on my lower lash line. Waterproof mascara still smudges for me, but a tubing mascara is the one type of mascara that doesn't. And I love the Thrive Cosmetics one. I love a new one from Maybelline called the Snapscara. I love the Calorie one. And now we have this one from Tarte. And on Beauty Steal, it's going to be available for $12. So if you've ever wanted to try a tubing mascara, this is a good one. Now, I did use this the first day on my upper lashes as well, and it does provide really good length. What I find with tubing mascaras is I don't get the volume that I personally like from mascara. My other favorite mascara though is on Beauty Steal, so hang tight for that. But if you love more length, more separation, a tubing mascara is going to work for you on upper and lower lashes, but highly recommend checking this one out. Friday, September 9th brings us to Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighters. I only have this one, and this is the shade Iced. This is the press formula, and whoa, Nelly, I mean, these are smooth, buttery, and super metallic-y. I do love this, but I typically go in with a light hand. I did add a little bit of this on top of some other things today, but this is a beautiful formulation. She has some loose powders that I think are the Mood Light highlighters. So I've not tried any of those. So I'm going to be looking into those on that Friday. So those highlighters are going to be on sale for $8 to $16. The price difference is that they offer several of the pressed ones. I don't think any of the loose ones come in a smaller size, but they offer a few shades in the pressed version in kind of like a travel size, and those are going to be $8. Now, the other big thing on that Friday, September 9th, is my #1 top favorite mascara, and it's the IT Cosmetics Superhero. I have to tell you, this could not come at a better time because I just opened the last one that I have in my stash. I always keep a backup because this is my top favorite, and lo and behold, they are going to have this 50% off. It's going to be $13. Now, one extra thing to note about these beauty steals is you are limited on quantity, so you can only buy a maximum of 2 of each of the beauty steals. So you can bet I'm going to be picking up 2 tubes of the Superhero mascara. Monday, September 12th brings us to the Hangover Balms by Too Faced. Now, this is just a little mini. I bought a set, I think it was at Christmas time last year or after Christmas, because I'd never tried this formula. And these are really nice. It's a kind of thick, cushiony, super hydrating balm. They do come in several different colors and scents. So personally, I am so interested in checking out the yellow one, which is banana. They also have a pink one. I'm not sure if that's strawberry or not. This is just the original, but I love to put this on to prep my lips for the day. So I have this sitting on my beauty table, and I am almost at the very end of this. So I've really enjoyed it. So while I haven't wanted to splurge and pay the full price, at $13, it's definitely one I'm going to check out. Now, if there was one day where I think you could easily hit that free shipping amount, even if you're not platinum or diamond, I think it's going to be Tuesday, September 13th, because there are several amazing products at 50% off that day. The first one is actually what I have on my eyes today, and I wore this in a recent video, and so many of you are like, what are you wearing on your eyes? And I'm like, it's the Lorac Meraki palette, and I did not know that this was still even available. This is the artist edition of the Lorac Pro eyeshadows. What Lorac did is they went across the world to makeup artists who loved their Pro eyeshadow formula and had them choose their favorite shade from all of the past Pro palettes that Lorac had done. You know, the skinny ones, the Mega Pro ones, and they compiled the favorites into this palette. And so they gave us 25 of makeup artists' favorite colors. And I just think this is a really well-balanced palette. You do have a few warm tones here, but you've got cool tones. Every other row has just matte shades, but there is a great mix of all different tones. I just think this is a great quality palette, and this is going to be on sale for $24.50. That's cheaper than one of the Natasha Denona little mini 5-pan palettes. Definitely worth checking out. Now, also what is available on that day are the Tarte Amazonian Clay blushes and their bronzers. Their blushes, I mean, I pulled out 4. I have more. That rhymes. I have 4 shades here that are still available. These are some of the longest wearing pigmented blushes. I have used these for years, and I believe the first shade I ever bought and one of the most popular shades is Exposed. I have since decluttered that. But the 4 shades that I have here, I have 2 that have no shimmer that are completely matte. This is Seduce and this is Risque. They do look pretty similar. These are some of my all-time favorite neutral blush colors. And then the other 2 I have are Dazzled and Peaceful. And Peaceful, online, I was just looking it up and I'm like, what? Peach? It says this is a shimmering peach. It does have some peach, but it's more of a pinky peach. So just be aware of that. It's not your yellow tone peach. There's a lot of pink in there. And then Dazzled. And these do have a little bit of shimmer. You can see the shimmer particles here, but on the face, I don't really feel like they translate much, but great quality, great ingredients, and they last all day on the cheeks. Now, if you've tried Tarte blushes in the past, you're not a fan, or you just love blush and you want a little bit more, then you're going to want to check out Wednesday, September 14th, because MAC blushes. Their cream formulas, their mineral blushes, and their regular blushes are all going to be 50% off. They're going to be $14 to $16.50. And the price difference just depends on which formulation. So I only have one of their mineral blushes. This is Warm Soul. It's a very popular color. It doesn't show up much on me, especially in the summertime. So I used a little bit of this just for a little blush topper today. It's a really, really soft, kind of neutral with a little bit of gold sheen to it. But I do happen to have quite a few of their regular blushes, and I pulled out ones that are actually available on the sale. I am wearing today mostly Gingerly. This is a very popular color. Again, one of those really neutral shades, but somehow it gives life to the cheeks. You might think, oh, it doesn't look like it's gonna do anything, but it does. The other one, this is Peaches, another very popular shade. So this is Gingerly, this is Peaches, and these are all matte, by the way. This next shade I love. I feel like I picked this up in an Ulta sale maybe last year. This is the shade Raisin, and it reminds me of But First Coffee from Bare Minerals. If you're familiar with that blush color, this has a little more warmth, but it's beautiful. Obviously with a light hand on us with fairer skin, but beautiful. And then the other shade I have here is Desert Rose. Is that not beautiful? It is such a beautiful, beautiful rose color. It has cool tones to it, but with this blush and all of the MAC blushes, they're very buildable. They're not powdery, they are pigmented, but you don't have to worry about putting your brush in and lightly putting it on your cheeks and you end up with just so much color. That is what I love about MAC products in general. They are very buildable, but highly would recommend those. And then I also happen to have 2 of the Glow Play blushes. These are kind of the cream formulation, and this shade, which is also a very popular shade, is So Natural. And again, this is one, I use this in the winter time. It's not quite enough color on my tan skin, but you can see it just has a little bit of a pink tone. It's beautiful. This formulation is very soft, easy to work with. The other one, my best friend gave me this one. This is Rosie Does It, and I love this shade. And when you touch it, it almost feels almost powder-like. That's how smooth it is. But these just set beautifully into the skin. If you're somebody who has more combination oily skin like I do, these are ones that are not going to leave that oily, sticky feeling on your cheeks. These are truly like a cream to powder formula. So that's what makes them unique. And with that, it brings us to the end of my recommendations. So as always, in the description box below, I will leave links to all of these products. I will have everything broken down by the dates that these are going to be on sale. If you choose to use those links, they're affiliate links. All that means is that if you click on that link and make a purchase, I receive a small little bit of commission from that. It does not change the price to you. And if you choose to use those links, thank you. If you're not comfortable with that, that's okay. Just go directly to Ulta's website or their app on your phone and shop that way. I will also plan to do a blog post, a companion blog post with all of this information there. I know sometimes it's easier to refer back to a blog post than a video, so I will leave that link down in the description box below. Thank you as always so much for watching. Be sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell because coming up tomorrow, we have a salon visit video. I know many of you enjoy those, and you're gonna see how my stylist did my cut and color last week. Thank you as always so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.